This is meant to be the first of several narrated videos regarding EO2. Before I get into videos demonstrating EO2 usage, I'd like to clear up a very common misconception, because upcoming videos will seem contrary to this and I don't want them to reinforce the idea. EO2 is not a Sonic the Hedgehog engine. It's a general-purpose engine designed for nearly any type of 2D game. I know that I'm well known for having spent a lot of time developing Sonic-related fan projects, but EO2 has been separate from the concept of a Sonic fan game since its creation in 2003, when I decided to replace its predecessor, the original engine for Project Metrics, and broaden its scope. It's obvious that I'm a big fan of Sonic, which is why it should come as no surprise that the Sonic example is the farthest progressed game for EO2, and so far, the only well-presented and open example game, but don't let that fact confuse you. I'll demonstrate what I'm talking about by showing a few of the projects that exist for EO2 so far, including some that haven't been well enough developed to be released. We'll start, possibly counterintuitively, with the Sonic the Hedgehog example. People have complimented this game for its accuracy, which has improved with every iteration, and they're right to say that I've been pouring my knowledge of the Genesis originals into its development. But even though it's always been released in conjunction with new versions of EO2, that's only because EO2 itself is under heavy development and has gotten many changes and additions that are necessary for making stable and well-featured games. This example is based on a fan game that's been in development for years, Sonic the Hedgehog Project Metrics. The two fan games that have released demos so far are still in development by myself and my teams, which is why they're distributed in a way that they can't be modified. This particular game is something that I've been working on for a while because I both wanted to see other Sonic fan games use it, and because I thought it would be an excellent example of creating a complete game with EO2. That said, everything about this game that makes it Sonic is created entirely by script. The code inside EO2 is designed to process scripts and provide generic low-level I/O and game engine operations. While it provides things like low-level terrain collision handling, even the working physics of the Sonic example are done with script. As you can see, every bit of gameplay in this example is pretty much standard 2D platforming, but that's not to be taken as an indication that that's all EO2 is capable of. If that were true, the Project Metrics demo wouldn't contain a rotating bonus stage similar to the Sonic 1 special stage. This is an entirely different type of gameplay, which is, again, created by script and not hard-coded into EO2. Next, we'll have a look at the other fan game demo, Mega Man Triple Threat. Obviously, this is a Mega Man game, and it plays very much like Mega Man 7, not a Sonic the Hedgehog game. Like the Sonic games, there are 3 different characters with slightly different play mechanics, all created by script. Now, we'll look at a couple of so far unreleased projects. First is a Mario project. This game is in early development and is very underfeatured, but is being built to be Hate-like Mario 3. You can see clear differences in the gameplay between this game, the Mega Man game, and the Sonic game. Once more, everything you see here that recreates the Mario playstyle is done by script. Finally, here's something radically different: an isometric platforming test. This is in an extreme state of underdevelopment, as it has no particular gameplay features and possibly still needs a few tweaks to address some bugs related to drop priority. This is very clearly not a standard 2D platform game at all. EO2 technically has no special support for isometric style games built in, so this is done entirely through script, demonstrating that it's possible to use EO2 to create things far beyond the scopes of the games I've been releasing so far. It might be difficult to tell, because I'm only one person, and to this point, the only person who's been largely responsible for releasing games with EO2, and because EO2 has a very different presentation from other game development systems, but EO2 has at least one thing in common with systems like GameMaker and Multimedia Fusion. It's made for creating whatever type of game you want to create with it. This isn't a comparison that I enjoy making, because the other systems appear to have been created primarily with the interface in mind, and an engine designed for that interface, which has come at a high cost to things like performance. In contrast, EO2 was created with the engine in mind, and as it develops, the interface will be designed for the engine. That's why the interface is minimal right now. As an individual developer who's currently generating no profit from this project, I have a limited amount of resources to apply to its development, and have to adhere strictly to priorities. The engine has only recently progressed to a point where I can consider a more complex interface setup that will make usage more simple. Having focused more on the interface before now would have left the engine in an underdeveloped and inefficient state, rendering the whole thing pointless. Thanks for taking the time to view this video. I hope you enjoy using EO2 to create games, and playing games created using EO2.